Are you ready for fun? Are you ready for excitement? Are you ready for really bad fan art in the beginning of a video? Well, I hope y'all, because we're getting tons of fun, tons of excitement, maybe, probably not, in this great fan art. Anyway, Tevin, see here? And you know me, I usually do like 12 videos in one fucking day and upload them over the course of a couple of weeks or so. And I always end up exiting out to my Windows by accident. But DSP had a very interesting outlook on E3 when it came to a lot of things. And he pissed a lot of people off, and he said some really dumb stuff. And you know how much I like pointing out the dumb stuff that DSP said. And I just finished filming, recording, whatever you want to call it, a couple of videos tonight. So why not do a couple more videos tonight? But we're going to start off with Microsoft. As you see here, I stole the video so I can get better audio out of it. Because one thing about these types of videos is they're too fucking quiet. You can hear me really good, but you can't hear the source material that good. So I downloaded it, turned the volume up all the way on the computer and on the fucking actual video, so you should be able to hear just perfectly. So let's get this show on the road. Anytime now. Wow. Anytime now. 15 seconds. 17 seconds. This is a professional. 22 seconds. Before, okay, he got, what?
Here. We're about to begin the Microsoft press conference.
I don't see him.
And reactions, video and stream for E3 2015. So here we go.
What? Whatever. Cut you. There you go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
See, he even shaved.
Microsoft, look at this. Microsoft E3 2015 recap.
Let me see. I'm gonna
right now, I see this.
Move it to about 83. There we go.
This was done in anticipation, and guess what? And you'll see what I mean once we go through this. This will make an appearance in a different press conference. That will surprise the shit out of a lot of people.
This is a Nintendo conference, obviously. So Nintendo has exclusive rights to Call of Duty.
The first one of today. Start out early in the morning. And what do they open it up with? You think what can Microsoft open up their press conference?
One thing I wanna not try to pause these as much, but one ongoing thing with all of his E3 videos, he calls this coverage of E3 when he's talking about it like on Twitter and shit. But in his videos, it's like recap / reactions. It's not even a fucking recap because he glosses over so much shit and he did no research whatsoever. So a lot of stuff he said isn't necessarily wrong. He was going by what they gave him at E3, but you can't call it a recap and you can't go on Twitter and say, oh, my coverage of E3, because you didn't fucking cover it. I mean, thank God it's not his job to do stuff like this. You'll see what I mean.
Halo 5, and they open this up by showing, of all things, right? It's the guy who I don't even know his name because I didn't watch it. They had this Halo
5 seconds of research. Can't do it.
/ mini series that it didn't really get that much attention except amongst major Halo fans.
It didn't get that much attention amongst him and his very small circle. If he don't like it, it's not popular. Of course. And in major Halo fans, what, millions of major Halo fans? That's a lot of people that care about something.
And
whatever.
The guy who was like the lead in that series is the lead of the game, which is kind of weird. But anyway, it's him and a group of other people.
This is a recap, by the way.
And apparently,
it's that guy and people. I don't know any of them named because I can't go on Google and type in a couple of words. Too much effort.
For the campaign, it's a 4-player cooperative campaign of Halo 5, and apparently they're hunting the Master Chief in the campaign of the game. And there's all these illusions. I didn't hear too much during the conference. They didn't really explain it. That supposedly Master Chief is now the enemy.
not explain it, or did you
doesn't
just
make
not pay
sense.
attention?
We played Halo 4 at the end of that. Master Chief defeated the evil guy who apparently was like one of the forerunners or whatever. I don't know. It's been so long.
I don't know. I don't know. What is Wikipedia?
So,
Oh
they're
man.
going after Master Chief. Apparently he's evil now. And they're showing gameplay, and I'll be honest, it's Halo gameplay. I'm not seeing anything too impressive or anything that's like, wow, brand new Halo. You know what I mean? It's more like, okay, it's Halo. It's kind of the same as it's always been.
It's kind of the same as it's always
I
been.
do hate that they keep pretending that there's people playing this game, because you can tell the people who are on stage playing are not actually playing the game, but they fake like they are anyway. And then they start talking about multiplayer after the single-player demo.
Something I meant to mention in the beginning. Depending on how lazy I am before I upload these, I might actually put in clips of the actual E3 in the bottom left or the bottom right or the top right. I'll probably do it in the top right, have my video in the top left. Then you could actually be slightly entertained if you watch this. I might do that. Don't be mad at me if I don't do it.
And they say the new mode in this game is called Warzone Multiplayer. Now, this is supposed to be a massive multiplayer mode with a map that's supposed to be 4 times as big as any map that's ever been in Halo multiplayer before. And you're going to have 2 teams of humans, alright, that are actually fighting. But in the middle, there's going to be all kinds of enemies and stuff spawning too. So it's kind of like you versus the enemies, but also versus other humans that's on an opposing team. It wasn't like super clear. At the same time, it seems innovative.
I couldn't pay attention.
A traditional mode that you would expect in Halo multiplayer, okay? And that was the presentation for Halo 5. Then they announced there's going to be a new game from
What a great recap.
Inafune and the makers of Metroid Prime. So the maker of Resident Evil. Is it Inafune? No, I'm Resident.
Oh my God.
Forgive me. It's been a long day. From Inafune and Metroid Prime.
There you
It's
go.
called Recore. And it's no gameplay. It's just looks like she's in some kind of a desert wasteland like a la Mad Max. And she's with a
Because only Mad Max
After
has
going to this
deserts.
cave to explore, they're getting attacked by all these other robots. And the dog sacrifices its life to save the girl. Blows up, self-destructs, kills all the other robots. So the girl runs up, and all that's left of the dog is a blue glowing ball. She picks up this blue glowing ball and walks up to a door to another dead robot, puts it inside. The robot becomes alive, and apparently now it's like it's a soul or an essence or an AI. I don't know. It wasn't clear, but like
It wasn't clear. Halo 5, nothing was clear. Nothing is clear for during E3 for DSP. I'm seeing. All right. I got a feeling he watched everything one time and like frantically wrote shit. You know what happened? I know exactly what happened. He is not a very good recapper, obviously. But what he did, he was watching E3 and he was writing at the same time, and he probably listened a lot. He probably listened a lot more than he actually looked at the screen. I guarantee you he watched everything one time and he took his notes and watched it all at the same time, which is why a lot of stuff isn't clear to him and a lot of stuff wasn't explained that well. He should have watched it twice. He should have watched it and then he should have watched it again and took notes the whole time. Then maybe he would have fucking understood the stuff he's trying to recap and get some views off of. Just saying.
Of the cave, and they're gonna basically loot this cave. And the name of the game is called Recore. And
didn't you just say that?
Spring 2016. Looks interesting. The concept of taking the spirit or AI of something and putting it into other things seems like it'll be an action style / puzzle game.
You don't know.
I'm interested to see what it looks like.
It wasn't clear. Who fucking knows what it is? It might be a first-person shooter for all we know.
That got everyone buzzing in the social media and everything. Was that it was announced that the Xbox One is going to have backwards compatibility with Xbox 360 games. Only it's going to add all of the functionality of the Xbox One. So, for example, you can play Mass Effect, and as you're playing it, you can take screenshots, you can take videos, all that functionality. That
totally worth it.
Xbox One as an improvement over Xbox 360 is possible when you're playing these legacy 360 games on Xbox, okay, or Xbox One, okay?
Okay.
So,
ladies and gents, as I look at the chat,
to see that. And a lot of people immediately ask me, Phil, what do you think of this feature? Well, I think
he doesn't give a fuck.
He's
He's not playing any of these games.
My eighth Xbox 360. No, that's not a lie. For those of you who maybe have only started watching me over the past couple of years, I'm on my 8th Xbox 360. That's how many consoles died on me during that console generation. That console was a piece of shit when it came to the hardware, alright? So
well, you did play games a lot more than a normal person.
Xbox 360, if I want to play a legacy game, is a good thing. And the fact that I don't have to keep an extra console, you know, sitting around is a good thing. And let's face it, for those who maybe are getting into the console.
Have you seen his office? He got the 360 plugged up anyway. I mean, DSP doesn't play old games anyway, unless he gets fucking paid for it. So that's irrelevant for him.
Right? Maybe you weren't in the previous console generation. You didn't have the Xbox 360. My hair is screwed up.
And not even half the games work on the Xbox One anyway. Fix your hair before you stream.
If you didn't have the Xbox 360 and you got an Xbox One, you're like, man, I would really like to enjoy some of those classic Microsoft games. Now you could do it without having to go back and buy a legacy Xbox 360. Now, of course, there's always a catch.
Always a catch.
That it's not available yet. It is coming soon. In fact, it's available for what do they call the Microsoft First Starters? People that adopt all the new stuff on Xbox.
The way they handle backwards compatibility is so fucking hilarious. Good God.
Watching the conference together, she looked up the list. It's like 20 games, most of which are launch games.
His girlfriend had to look up the list. He couldn't bother to do it. So that's good. Thanks, Panda Lee.
For Xbox 360 that no one's gonna play. Gee, backwards compatibility. The first game that I'm gonna rush to is Cameo.
Of course.
That game? Yeah, it was a launch title for Xbox 360.
Cameo? I never pronounced it that way. Whatever.
Never fucking played again. But that's what I mean. It's gonna be something that's probably gonna be a sure launch. You know what I mean? Like they'll
you know what I mean?
gradually increase the list more and more and add more games to it.
This is a lot of speculation. Doesn't he hate videos that are all speculation?
It's something for nothing. It's a good thing. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I will enjoy not having to keep my Xbox 360 around as long as I have my Xbox One. Okay.
Bullshit. You won't play any of those games anyway. Continue. Let's keep going. Okay. Look at my sheet of paper.
Was a new controller for the Xbox. Okay. Now I'm gonna be honest with everyone.
Oh, he got to be honest.
Shockingly honest in everything that I do on the internet. I've seen this controller, and the first thing I think when I see the new controller they're showing is, doesn't it look a lot like the Xbox 360 controller?
Does
I'll
it?
give you an example here. Doesn't it kind of look
Why didn't he already have this controller ready? He knew he was going to talk about this.
I don't have, it's actually in Leanna's room. It's a big chunky beast. This, it kind of looked like this. The only difference is on the back, it actually has extra grips on the bottom. And what
Extra
is
grips.
touch sensitive stuff that could be used for driving.
Ooh, touch sensitive. How classy.
And it also says that there's more sensitivity. There's a like
Look at his face. More sensitivity.
Right? And then they're like, oh, the parts are interchangeable. To which I say, why would I want to interchange parts ever on a controller unless something's breaking? So if my
Good point.
trigger's breaking,
I don't understand the interchangeable parts thing either, but I never looked it up myself, to be honest.
I'll have to buy replacement parts for it, right? So it's okay. Leanna brought me the Xbox One controller.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay.
See how it increased? This one's more bulky, more chunky versus this one is more streamlined.
Not really. I mean, the bottom middle part is just kind of a little bigger, but it doesn't look that much bigger. It's not like not an OG Xbox controller. That bitch is fucking big. But that's nothing compared to the original Xbox controller.
Unless Microsoft is admitting that their controllers wear out and you're going to need to buy replacement parts. In addition, a lot of people didn't know this.
Wait, this doesn't make sense. I just noticed this. This doesn't make sense as an argument. Because, okay, I got a PlayStation 2 controller. If the X button fucks up, I can just go on eBay and buy a fucking X button for like $2 and change the part. So Microsoft can't be selling controllers with interchangeable parts for that, because controllers already have interchangeable parts anyway, right? Something ain't right. Something ain't right here. We might have to go on a field trip.
Announced the price during the conference, so we looked it up. Guess how much the new Microsoft controller cost? They call it the Elite controller. $150. Yeah, so you have to be fucking elite to afford that thing. It's
Yeah, I need more.
goddamn console.
Console. The Xbox One is $300. Let's go on a field trip. Xbox One Elite controller. Hopefully Google Chrome can work. There we go. Don't buy Microsoft's $150 Xbox One controller just yet, Business Insider. That's good. Amazon.com Xbox One Elite wireless controller, $150, which is very fucking exciting. Holy shit. What the fuck? Wow, I see why it cost $150. This is insane. This is like a fucking spaceship for your hands. Look at that. Look at the D-pad. The D-pad look like a disco ball cut in half. Dude. Yeah, this is not a $60 controller. I'm not saying it's a $150 controller, but you could easily sell this shit for $100. This looks fucking ridiculous. This looks like one of those weird modified controllers. And this is the interchangeable parts. This isn't, oh, you can change the parts because something broke. This is you change the parts to customize the game, you know, the feel of the game. Because you see that D-pad is a completely different D-pad. And then you got the disco ball D-pad. And then you got the 360 D-pad. And then you can change your little, you could change the analog covers and all of that shit. He explained it and made it sound like a piece of shit. $150 is fucking ridiculous, but look at this shit. This looks nothing like any controller that was made by it doesn't look anything like a first party controller. This looks like one of those weird fucking MLG controllers or some shit that have weird ass buttons all over them. That is fucking ridiculous. $150. It's like a fucking spaceship. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But let's see what else he got to say about it.
For a fucking controller? Are you out of your mind? Dude, I mean, I play tons of games. I'm not going to get this fucking controller. I don't need a $150 fucking
new Patreon goal controller.
Giant joysticks for Street Fighter that were cheaper than $150 fucking dollars. They're out of their minds and they're thinking this is it's an elitist product. It really is. For those for Xbox elitists,
it's an elitist product.
Microsoft, go blow your money on this fucking piece of shit controller.
Well, with that logic, you can say the Xbox One is elitist because it was $500 on the first release. Video games are fucking expensive. You know, a brand new game is $60. A controller is $150. A console is $400. Whatever. It's an elitist product. Waste of time. Don't people buy modded controllers for like $200? I mean, it looks like a fucking modded controller. It really does. Except it's not like quick scoping and shit. Okay.
Okay, so next.
He's very salty about that expensive controller, obviously.
Fallout 4 we've already seen. It's not like, wow, this is new Fallout 4 or anything. It's pretty much the same stuff that we've already seen. But then they say, oh, the big announcement for the Microsoft press conference, okay. Is that the Fallout 4 mods that typically, remember Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, there were tons of mods on the PC version of the game, but never on the console versions. They're saying
never on the console version.
Will be available and usable on the Xbox One version and on the PC version. Now I see this as both a positive and a negative, and here's why. If you're gonna put
okay, let's listen to this.
Version of a game, I don't know how that's gonna work. On a PC, you've got this changeable file. You can add mods. You can even get third-party programs to load mods and sorters and shit for you. I almost guarantee you it's going to be whatever's the official Microsoft thing for Fallout 4, for the official mod loader or whatever. But who's to say someone won't load a fucking piece of shit mod that destroys the game? Or
what is quality assurance? I'm sure they're just not going to let people upload any fucking mod to go on a console version. First of all. Second of all, I've used a lot of mods in a lot of different video games, and I've never used one mod that broke the game. A combination of mods can break a game, but I've never came across one mod that has broken a game. You know, it depends on where you get your mods from. Second of all, Third of all, he says on the computer it's an interchangeable file and you can have a mod loader and all of that. I'm sure Fallout on console is going to have a mod loader. Duh. It's very obvious DSP doesn't know anything about mods besides what he hear other people say. So he's just saying shit just to have something to say.
All these mods will have issues. I don't know. The modding community went bonkers. They're like, yes, we have mods.
This is a grown man, by the way.
Great mods because I never played the Fallout series on.
I never experienced great mods because I can't even get mods to work in Minecraft without someone else's help. That's what he should have said.
For me, it's like a non-thing, but I'm sure for some people this is huge. Okay?
It's a non-thing because he doesn't know how to use mods.
Okay.
Not a big deal because he doesn't know how to use mods.
Get it on Xbox One.
Good God, DSP.
Then they talked about EA Access, which I don't understand. Why don't you talk about this on EA press conference, not Microsoft? EA Access.
I don't understand why you need to talk about something that's going to give money to both people. Of course, they talked about EA Access at the Microsoft press conference because Microsoft was going to be getting some of the money. I would assume.
Yes. It's supposed to basically be a subscription program where you can get EA games for free on a subscription basis, similar to
I like subscription followed up by free. They don't both work together.
say PlayStation Plus or Microsoft
Which isn't free.
Gold,
Which isn't free.
Join their networks, you will get their subscription-based games free, right?
Not free.
Certain games for free as long as
Not
you
free.
Big deal. Like,
Big deal.
like,
What's the
works,
point?
in my opinion, and people-
What's the point of signing up for something and getting something for signing up for something? What's the point? Wow. Isn't that what your fucking Patreon is?
This has been around for years, but no one talks about it because no one cares. Yeah, wanted to talk about it.
Well, yeah, wanted to talk about a big deal. This is this is coverage. This is a recap. Glossing over shit and saying big deal. Good God.
At the Microsoft press conference, they said it's released spring of 2016. If you want more information on that, check out my coverage of the EA press conference because they gave.
If you want more information, watch my other video and give me another view after watching this video. Gotcha.
Tons of new info about it. And
Tons of new info.
So they said it's coming.
What the fuck is that?
Check out the EA press conference coverage if you want.
Check out the EA press conference. It's over there and then it's over there. Sip of water.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, they showed Forza
This
6,
dude.
and I fell asleep and I fucking woke up afterwards because I'll be honest, I don't care. Forza is one of those game series that.
What a great reporter. Wouldn't this be the worst fucking journalist ever? For gaming, for fashion, for anything. I don't care. I'm gonna cover something. We'll be honest, this part I didn't give a fuck. I don't know. If you like the other games you like, you'll like this one. Fuck it. That's his coverage of Forza 6.
I was not impressed by it.
Not impressed by it.
The PS4 and
You like that slip up that he didn't correct? Forza has existed since the launch of the PS4. Does he mean the 360? Does it mean the Xbox, the OG Xbox? Does it mean the Xbox One? I don't know. I don't know, because there's no such thing as an Xbox 4. So,
Xbox. I had Forza, actually. I had Forza when the Xbox One launched. I had it. I think I played it once.
Didn't get enough views, so he didn't continue to play it. And I could care less is the wrong term. The right term is couldn't care less. Saying you could care less implies that you care. People always get that wrong, so fuck it. I need to stop picking on them.
But that could mean anything for the first half of the year, and it could also get delayed. The only thing they show.
How can early 2016 mean anything for the first half of the year? Second quarter is fuck it. I'm not even explaining.
Is a insanely
whatever.
Giant monster, like insanely huge. It looks like a giant Titan or King style monster getting up with a giant weapon, and that was it. No explanation. Just
no explanation. Guess what? Remember when I said he obviously watched everything once and wrote stuff down and watched it at the same time? Now, of course, you know, the Dark Souls thing, it might have not been all of that. But a lot of the stuff he's saying is like, oh, I don't care. Oh, they didn't explain it. Oh, they didn't show much. But he's not really trustworthy when it comes to this coverage because he fucking watched everything one time and halfway paid attention.
We already knew.
Whatever. Let's
The
continue.
Division, okay? The Division gets a big, promo here. They actually show some gameplay of it. They announced that the beta will be in December on the Xbox
Fucking
One.
betas.
Gonna have it in
The whole
PS4.
E3 was fucking betas. Shit was ridiculous.
So, big deal. If you want more information on
Big deal.
check out the Ubisoft press
If you want more information, watch my other video. Again.
coverage that I did
So,
went more.
if I care about this, if I care about the Division, or if I care about Plants vs. Zombies 2, if I care about both of those, I gotta watch this video, the other video, and another video. So I gotta give him 3 views.
There. They also announced that Rainbow Six Siege is coming on the Xbox One on October 13th. We already knew, but they announced that it's coming with the old. This I didn't understand.
Oh, listen to
When
this.
you order the game, it comes with like the last 2 Rainbow Six games or something.
Look at his face.
I'm like, that's great, but at the same time, they're old games. That would be like saying,
Remember when he said it was a good thing that you had backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, and he doesn't want to keep his 360 around forever, and he's glad he would be able to play 360 games on his Xbox One? The new Rainbow Six launches with the old Rainbow Six games that are old as fucking Jesus, and not really hard to find, but you don't want to spend $5 or $6 to buy it. But he's like, oh, why the fuck would it come with that old game? That's some old shit. Who wants to play that? You're complaining about basically a free game, dude.
the new Super Mario Brothers game is coming out, and by the way, if you buy it, we're going to give you games from 7 years ago.
Who complains about that?
Maybe someone out there cares, but I'm going to want to buy the game and play the new game.
Yeah, because you want to play the one that get all of the views.
In a future date, but that's
If
not
it's a
selling
Patreon
point for
goal.
me to buy it on Xbox One, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that was an Xbox One exclusive. All I know is it was announced during the Microsoft press conference. I don't know if
Remember when I said he watched everything one time?
it's an Xbox One exclusive or not.
He doesn't know. Fuck me, he
They
doesn't
had
know.
Another game called Gigantic, and it looked interesting. It showed a variety of characters. I think it was like 7 different characters.
I think.
Or-
I don't know, I think.
It was third person, by the way, third person action.
Are
game.
you sure?
Some of it had melee combat,
It wasn't a
some
first-person
projectile combat.
platformer?
It was very cartoony looking.
Are you
But
sure
then
it
they
wasn't
showed
photorealistic?
monsters called, I guess this is your Guardian, and these Guardians were part.
Are you sure it was a Guardian? You sure it wasn't a Titan? You sure it wasn't a Hunter?
It was very confusing. Again,
See, he doesn't fucking know.
and then they announced it's an Xbox
It could have been
One
Mario
exclusive
hopping around on the
to
screen
play
for all he
game,
knows.
Which I say, great, for the first 5 minutes till they nickel and dime you for $5 billion to continue playing the game. So I'll be honest, I wasn't too excited about that one either once I found out it was a free-to-play game.
Oh, okay.
Indies.
Of
Tons
course.
indies that they kind of just did a quick
Sizzle reel.
Too many for me to really mention because a lot of them didn't even mention the name. So in
He couldn't go on Google and type in E3 and find someone else that did a good job reporting it. Write down all of the names of the games that was in the sizzle reel and say they mentioned this game, this game, this game, this game. He couldn't do that. No. No. I don't know the name. Fuck it.
okay, Tacoma. This was a
Oh
weird
man, very respectful of those
I don't know
devs.
what it was, if it was
People that
futuristic
worked
or
years to
not.
make a
You see,
fucking
like,
game.
Portal almost, like the first person kind of mystery
Are you
puzzler,
sure?
and
It
apparently
didn't seem
you're
like
going
Donkey
into a
Kong
bar
Country?
and you're asking questions, what
It didn't seem
happened
like
here?
Super
Where's everyone
Metroid?
on this
Who
station?
fucking
Something
knows?
like that.
Something like that. See, he doesn't know.
It didn't give enough info. This was the kind of
See? It didn't give enough info. This is the entire E3 for him was, I don't know. Didn't give enough info. I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't clear enough. I don't know. Not enough info. Who knows? I don't care. Fuck it. That's his whole E3 coverage.
For me,
Fucking
a lot of
amazing.
things in the Microsoft press conference, they gave you like a little trailer or a little snippet, but never went far enough to explain what you were watching.
And you couldn't do 5 seconds of research on Google to figure out what it is. The thing about E3, of course these people run on a time, but they can't sit and talk about a game for 20 minutes. And when they do talk about a game for more than 5 minutes, people say, oh, this is so boring. So I honestly think with E3, they expect the average person, the person sitting at home watching E3, they expect them to say, okay, this is some weird game that they talked about at E3. I'm going to go on Google and type in the game, and then you find a website, you find more trailers, you find info on the game. They're not going to explain the whole fucking game to you at E3. They have like 2 or 3 minutes to talk about that shit, unless it's a huge deal. But no, in DSP's world, if they didn't explain it at E3, fuck it.
So, oh, great, Tacoma, it's coming to the Xbox One and PC first. Here's a snippet. Okay, it's over. But what was it? The fuck did I just see? You know, don't even at least tell me something about the game. And then another game.
Oh, God.
Next game, Ashen, shows two.
It's obvious as day that these people was running on a very strict schedule when they had to come out and present their games. You can't get mad at the dev for being on a time limit to present their fucking game. They expect people to look the game up, and the people out of there in person can go to the little booth and get info that way. Whatever. Let's continue.
Very poorly lit, full of dust. All of a sudden, all these monsters start coming out. They kill one of them, another one comes out. It's over. Like, what was that?
What was that? I don't know.
I just saw. You know, again, kind of a waste of time in my opinion.
A waste of
Eyes.
time.
Now, this is a game that I said during my stream chat. I said, I guarantee you, this game could blow.
Listen to this shit.
Win awards, and people will praise the shit out of it. Why? Because it's made by a woman who's working with the blind. This is supposed to be a game representative
Listen
of a
to this
blind
stupid
girl
shit.
who uses her senses and sound.
I say this all the time. You can think stupid shit. It's alright to think stupid shit. It's alright to think dumb shit. You don't always have to say it, even if you want to be the realest motherfucker on the internet. To say a game can be bad, and people are going to praise it because it's made by a lady working with the blind. Who are you trying to offend? And then you said a woman. So you trying to offend women? Or are you trying to offend blind people? Or are you just trying to offend, you know, social justice warrior people or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves? Why would you say that?
As you can see, it's a very artistic game. It's a girl walking around. The whole game looks hand-drawn with like ink. And she's walking and you can see, what is this? And it's like a real weird form. You can't tell what it is. You assume it's a tree, but then all of a sudden you hear a noise and you realize it's a street light. And so a street light appears next to you. So it looks like it actually has potential to be a great game. But I guarantee you, this is the kind of game that the artsy types will say, Game of the Year, ground.
When I hear him say this, I just imagine, well, I was about to say Destiny. I just imagine, fuck me, I'm gonna have to go on a field trip to figure out the name of this game, huh? Journey. See, I got it. For some reason, I just think about Journey when he says that this game can be bad and people, the RC types, will call it Game of the Year and all of that shit.
Beautiful game I've ever fucking seen in my life, and a lot of people are gonna play it. I'll hate.
What is an opinion? You know what I mean? What is an opinion? He shits on Destiny. Some people think that's one of the best games to ever come out. But in his opinion, they're wrong. But yeah, you can't. If you're an artsy type, you can't like an artsy game, of course.
It seems interesting, but I don't know how good it's really going to be. We'll see as it, you know, in the translation how it actually turns out. Now this game
Vegeta shirt, by the way.
Really interested me. It's called Cuphead. It's a game.
Future game of the year.
Like old school cartoons. Like you remember the really crazy looking old school Disney cartoons, Warner Brothers cartoons. Everything's like super deformed and cartoony. That's kind of how this game is, and it has this filter on it that makes it look like fuzzy, like old style, like you're almost watching on a tube TV. But it looks to me like the game is going to be a shmup.
Couldn't look it up.
Similar to say Metal Slug. I don't know how many.
Couldn't look it up.
Metal Slug game. These games were huge in the 1990s, made by Neo Geo.
Metal Slug.
And their side-scrolling
Neo Geo
shooters,
Corporation.
shooting stuff, and that's what the game looks like.
Neo Geo Corporation.
Sweet. Now, it's not licensed cartoon characters, obviously, and it does look adult-oriented, but it looks
Is it fucking Umbrella?
interested in that game. I actually
Is Neo Geo similar to Umbrella? Do they make zombies after making King of Fighters games?
I groaned audibly across the house, and no one.
Oh, here we go.
But anyway,
More
I groaned
bitching.
audibly at the announcement of Xbox Game Preview. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Xbox Game Preview, because as you know, on Steam, all those games that you buy in pre-alpha to get super duper advanced access are definitely worth the money, not rip-offs, and have always worked out well.
No.
So Microsoft says we're going to follow in the money gravy train because we're
Of course.
money grubbing assholes too.
Of
We're gonna
course.
do Xbox Game Preview, where you can opt to pay for games early, get early access to them, even though they're not fucking finished. Now they tried
Consoles
to
doing early
swerve and
access.
save it a
Good
little
God.
bit. And they said,
That
don't
is
worry.
depressing.
We will give you a trial of any game that you're considering purchasing early, and you will make sure you like the trial before you buy the game. To which I say, that's fucking stupid. Just
That's
don't
fucking
sell games
stupid.
that aren't done. How about that, Microsoft? Don't sell games that are fucking incomplete. It's what we were saying about Steam and everything. We don't need early access to a game coming 3 years later that might not be fucking finished. What is...
Oh boy. Of course. It's always a way you could bring it back around to him and just negate everything he said. Of course, you know, it's true. You shouldn't be selling these games, you know, full price, half price, whatever price before they're done, unless you need to, in my opinion. And a lot of devs that do it don't even need the money. They just want the money. But that's just my opinion. You could ignore that. But don't sell stuff before it's done, and don't give early access to stuff before you put it out in the public. That's pretty much DSP's opinion on stuff like this. Well, when he started his Patreon, he wanted to give early access to his videos. So for instance, if he played a game Monday, I would get the video Monday, and then YouTube would get the video Wednesday or Thursday. So that's one thing. Don't make people pay for stuff before it's done. I mean, people are donating $75 to you to be in a video that you may or may not do in the future. So that's kind of like paying for something before it's done. Anyway, let's continue.
Bullshit. Whatever happened to you develop the game? Oh, I'm sorry. You raise the funds, you develop the game, you advertise the game, you release the game, you sell the game. That's the order of progression of any product. Not you sell the game before the game's even created. Kickstarter, you raise money, you do early access.
You do a Kickstarter, early access.
You raise more money, you raise more money, you raise more money. Oh, then you finally release the game. What the fuck?
Yeah, game development has
Holy
gotten
shit.
weird in the last couple of years.
So I'm
Won't
sorry,
lie to you about
I don't
that.
agree with the Xbox Game Preview. I think it's a dumb idea, just like buying games in pre-alpha on Steam. I think it's fucking stupid. And I'll be honest, I'm going to be very honest, I think you're a sucker if you fall for it and you do any of that. You are a sucker.
You a sucker.
Okay.
If you get early access
Make sure it's a new
games,
game from the mind
if you get early access games, you a sucker.
of the guy
All
who
right,
made
DSP,
DayZ.
put everybody
The guy
in
who
one
made
pot.
DayZ came out, and
The guy who
he
made
had a
DayZ.
very bad- some kind of a
What the
weird
fuck
lisp
is
or
Google in
something,
the
I
name?
can't tell what.
And then he
announced
makes
the
fun of
game.
his lisp.
All right.
Good job.
And he says it's called Ion, and they go in space, and they're showing satellites, and then all of a sudden they're zooming down to Earth. They're showing genomes and DNA, and then they show a human who looks like a fetus, but it's a full-grown human in a plastic bag wrapped over. It's called Ion. Then it ends. No information whatsoever about the fucking game. Nothing. Nothing. It's a fucking worthless trailer. Completely, utterly fucking... I could have pissed.
That's very salty. But remember when I said it's obvious he just watched everything one time, took his notes, and he didn't look up anything. The dude that came out to present his game, obviously just like everyone else, he was on a fucking time limit. He couldn't sit out there and talk for 30 minutes about his fucking game. He goes out there and he says the name of the game. The people that are there in person get more info if they want it. People that are home Google the fucking game and get more information on it. It's not the E3 of yesteryear when everybody get 25 minutes to talk about a fucking game. These people are on very strict time limits. It's very obvious they have a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to talk about a game. They're doing what they can do. Look the game up online, get info from the game online, and put that in your recap. Then it would actually be informative. Then your recap could be different than people just sitting in the chair saying, oh man, that looks cool, and that's it. Then you could say, well, they talked about this at E3, but I went on the website and I did some research, and you can find this, and the game is about this and this and this. Yeah, your video would actually be fucking useful if that was the case. But in its current state, it's kinda not.
On screen for 27 seconds. You probably would have learned as much about Ion as you watched in that fucking trailer.
He could have pissed on screen for 27 seconds and you would have learned as much about the game as you would have learned about the... I don't even feel like explaining it.
DayZ, congratulations. You fucked up your big E3 chance because that was a fucking piece of shit. Okay.
Time limit. What is it?
Okay. And then some people are actually saying, if you look online, that they actually stole the
People are saying if you look online, he couldn't do this and find it himself. What? Let's go on a field trip. I want to see if I can find it. I want to see if I can find this thing he's about to talk about. I don't even know how the game's spelled, but I'm gonna see if I get lucky. DayZ Ion game. And it's apparently an MMO set in space, so you learned more info about the game from me randomly doing a Google search than you learned about the dude that does YouTube videos for a living, so that's great. Website. See if they have a website. It's gonna be really hard to find a website for it. It might not even have a website for it. Fuck it. I want to find a picture he was talking about when he said it was like the Walking Dead dude. That's DayZ. I'm not gonna find it because I'm looking up DayZ. God damn it. Fuck Google. Fucking asshole. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it. Yeah, because I'm just finding the other game that's kind of spelled similar. But let's see what else he got to say.
Art from Walking Dead Season 2, and that's the production art for Ion. Like, it shows a guy with a gun, looks like freaking Rick Grimes, running down a dirt road. There's a farmhouse in the background. This is the cover art from Walking Dead Season 2, with some kind of an alien over here.
I really want to see that. Let's try again, because I really want to see what he's talking about and see if that's real. Because that's fucking amazing if it is. DayZ Ion game website. Fuck it. Let's go to Eurogamer. Hopefully they don't let me down. I'm sure they will. Yeah, no pictures. What? Oh, this is the thing he was talking about. Yeah, not enough pictures. Wait. No. God damn it. Fucking Eurogamer on your bullshit. Let's go. This is I'm not gonna make this last longer than it needs to last. It's already been going on too long. Let's go to Games Radar. I'm sure that's probably a worse choice than Eurogamer. Yeah, it's just the same fucking information again. Oh well. Wait, how was it spelled? No, it's spelled Ion. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find the game. Because I'm sure they have a website. They should. But it's kind of hard to find a website because the other game come up. Oh well, fuck it. Let's continue.
And they're saying that they literally stole the art. And that's the advertisement for Ion.
To be honest, I actually do believe that's the situation because just look at DayZ. This is I'm not gonna say anything. Let's keep going. I'm not gonna say anything about DayZ or the dev.
So enough with that. Let's keep moving.
Throw the paper.
Up next, they advertised Rise of the Tomb Raider. Okay.
Let's see what he got to say about this.
Rise of the Tomb Raider. Let's show some gameplay, and they do, but it's not really traditional gameplay of Tomb Raider. Although some of it is. It's this is a very big of a throwback to the original Tomb Raiders, where the game was actually more about puzzle solving and.
So it's not traditional Tomb Raider, then it's a throwback to the original. The last Tomb Raider wasn't the fucking traditional Tomb Raider. Obviously, they're not gonna go with that setup anymore. Whatever.
Then it was combat.
Combat.
Very light on combat.
Combat.
They got more progressively heavy on combat.
Combat.
And the capabilities of consoles progressed.
Consoles.
Originally, it was just more about, puzzle solving and platforming.
Puzzle
It's like
solving.
sequence where you're in the Himalayas or something. It's hard to tell. You're a snowy
Let me stop
mountain,
making fun of
there's
him.
avalanches and cliffs are falling, and you're trying to glide and desperately save your life. And it's nice, but it's not, in my opinion, an accurate representation of the game, especially if you played the Tomb Raider reboot a couple years ago. You know, the game has a lot of combat, the game does have a lot of kind of platforming puzzle solving, and this just shows one specific sequence.
But this is a different game. Maybe it's different. You ever thought of that? Maybe the different game is different. Maybe the new game is different than the last one.
That doesn't really show you anything.
Come on, dude,
about
give me
the
a
game.
break.
It really is kind of a waste of time. So I was pretty disappointed with that. And then, as if to create the biggest, like it's the biggest laughing stock of the day. And I
Oh
didn't say
boy,
that
here we
because I
go.
actually was interested in Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Listen to this
No,
bullshit.
Previously, Rise of the Tomb Raider is going to be an Xbox One timed exclusive.
Mhm.
The Xbox One will get this game ahead of PS4. Will be coming out for PlayStation 4. We don't know when, but we do know that Microsoft will be getting it on the Xbox early.
Mhm.
Right?
All
So you
right.
might say to yourself, that's okay. I wonder when it's going to come out because that would be great. I'll play it. You know, it's coming out the same fucking day as Fallout 4, November 10th, 2015, and I'm like,
Okay.
so we're gonna get, you gotta be fucking joking. Microsoft spent probably a shitload of money to make Rise of the Tomb Raider a timed exclusive for Xbox One, and now they're releasing it the same day as Fallout 4. 95% of the demographic that they were going to sell that game to on launch day is busy. And I'm not
What?
kidding. I will take a poll.
Okay,
right
okay,
fucking
okay,
now on
okay,
the
okay. DSP logic. Fallout 4 comes out. The day Fallout 4 comes out, DSP logic is I'm gonna buy Fallout 4 and I'm gonna play Fallout 4 all day, that whole day, all day the next day, and apparently all day for the rest of eternity, because Rise of the Tomb Raider coming out the same day as Fallout makes Rise of the Tomb Raider irrelevant. What? Dude, these games come out in November. How much games are coming out in November? Fucking 50, 60, 70 games? A lot of games, man. AAA games, indie games, a lot of games are gonna come out this November. So all of those games are irrelevant because Fallout 4 is gonna be out. Pretty much, right? That's the logic you're giving me. But yeah, it's not a such thing as buying both games the same day and playing both. It's not a such thing as buying it a week later and playing it. No, because Fallout 4 coming out that day, Fallout 4 is going to get all the shine and no one is going to give any fucks about Tomb Raider. Yeah, that's how video games work. Now, I'm sure Tomb Raider is going to lose a few sales on those, you know, the person that goes to the store and only plans on buying one game. But if you really care about Tomb Raider, you're going to buy it eventually. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to buy it before the price drops. And yeah, Microsoft obviously paid to get timed exclusive rights. But how long is that time exclusive period going to be? 6 months? A year? It's still a long time, dude. Look how long did Rise come to PC? I don't know. But look how long Dead Rising 3 was only on the Xbox One. Rise of the Tomb Raider is going to be Xbox One exclusive for 6 months to a year, guaranteed. And when it comes to the PS4, it's probably going to release on the PS4 and be a $40 to $60 game. And people that really wanted to play it either got an Xbox to play it or they already had an Xbox and they played it. But his logic is so fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't know about other people, but I never took video games that serious to say, okay, this game is coming out this day. Fuck every other game that might come out around that day. I'm only going to play this one game. I don't know. That's just me.
How many people on November 10th will be playing Fallout 4 versus those who are skipping Fallout 4 to play Rise of the Tomb Raider? Take the fucking poll and tell me that that's not going to be the split. Because most people have been waiting so long for Fallout, that's what they want to play. Or they're going to buy into the hype of Fallout, they're going to want to play.
A lot of people have been waiting to play the next Tomb Raider game. The last one was pretty good. Just saying. I mean, Fallout 4 is a really, well, I can't say Fallout 4 is a good game. Fallout is a really good fucking series, and they make really good fucking games, but it's just kind of ridiculous to think the majority of the consumers are not going to buy Tomb Raider just because Fallout 4 is out. With that logic, you can say we're not going to buy any games that come out this winter because Fallout 4 is going to be out. You know what I mean? It's not like we're going to be Fallout 4 in a week. It's going to be a long game. Other games are still going to sell, dude.
Play the Fallout. So, sorry, Microsoft, unless you change the date of Rise of the Tomb Raider,
Change the date.
Giant bucket of money, whatever you gave to them for the exclusive, and you just fucking tossed them.
He's acting like the game's going to be exclusive for 2 weeks. Tomb Raider is going to be exclusive to the Xbox One for a long time, dude.
Matching it. Because you're going to get nothing out of it. You will get almost no extra sales on that game when everyone's going to be playing Fallout 4 at that time. Okay, so it's just really dumb.
Everyone, or Let's Players that want to get easy Fallout 4 views. Take a sip. Okay. This fucking dude.
I want to play Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm just not going to be playing it at launch. I'll be playing Fallout 4 like everybody else.
Like everybody else. Maybe you should play
oh, this was pretty cool.
I'm just gonna put this in. Maybe he should play Tomb Raider because everyone else is gonna be playing Fallout. If everyone was playing a game, do you think everyone would want to watch him play it? If I'm playing a game, I don't want to watch somebody else play it. Not really. Maybe when I'm done playing it or before I play it, but not at the same time. Maybe he should play Tomb Raider when it comes out, and he might get extra views because no one else will be playing it, according to him.
Cool. Rare
Whatever.
Replay. Rare Studio. Rare is a game studio that's been around for longer than people realize. 30 freaking years, man. They've been around. And this is their...
I have a very strong feeling he figured out that Rare was around for 30 years because they told him they were around for 30 years when they came out at E3.
30th anniversary, they're releasing a collection of 30 games, 30 of what they consider the best games they've ever made, in a collection for $30 on the Xbox One. This is coming out on August 4th, 2015 in the United States. It's going to include such games as Banjo-Kazooie, Battletoads, Killer Instinct, right? We're talking big titles, some of the biggest titles they've ever made in their history. And of course, I would guarantee you, if you look at 30 games, probably going to be like, wow, 10 games that are notable and people really like, and probably like 20 games that are kind of like, games that are made but didn't get massive notoriety or any kind of massive following or anything like that.
I think the Rare Replay, I'm just going to put my 2% of opinion in here. I think the Rare Replay is really just the lamest thing ever, because most of the games in the Rare Replay collection are just games you could easily emulate on any fucking smartphone. And yeah, you can say, oh, emulation is stealing, but really, Battletoads? You think anyone is gonna sit down at the Xbox One and say, damn, I really want to play some fucking Battletoads? No. The original Killer Instinct, really? The original Super Nintendo version of Killer Instinct. Yeah, okay. We want to play... Think about it. We want to play the original Super Nintendo version of KI on our Xbox One when the updated, nice-looking version is basically free to play. It's not like they're going to add online. You know what I mean? So it's going to just be couch co-op Killer Instinct. They're not going to add anything to it. It's probably going to have borders on the screen. This could turn into a rant. Let me just keep going.
In this collection. I think it's a good idea, especially if you are a fan of Rare. You grew up with Rare. Rare are some of your favorite gaming moments. If you want to relive those on a modern console.
Who grew up with Rare?
If you want to share that with others, stream your gameplay experiences.
Stream your gameplay experiences. You could already stream your gameplay experiences with all of these games because most of them can run on a fucking brick, and the other ones are on the 360 anyway. Like Viva Pinata. Did Rare make Viva Pinata? I don't know. Somebody let me know if they made Viva Pinata. I don't fucking remember. I don't know why Viva Pinata came to my head. I'm sure they didn't make it.
But one thing that's cool, for those who care, Gamerscore, right? Everyone loves Gamerscore on Xbox One and Xbox 360.
Yeah, in 2009.
10,000 Gamerscore. Okay? Typical games,
10,000 Gamerscore.
10,000 Gamerscore. Because this is legitimate legitimately
That's silly.
30 games, 10,000 gamer score in this one game. This ain't going to be a gamer score dream. If you're a gamer score hunter, you're going to buy this game and try to play it the hell out of it to get all the points.
It's a cheap way of getting people to play shit they don't want to play.
Next, Rare announced a new game. And it's weird because it all seems to be from the first-person perspective, but it seems a little bit cartoony, albeit I would say it kind of looks like, man, what's a game? Oh, Fable. I was going to say the game
Fable.
Like Fable to me. And they show it's first-person, but then there's cooperative gameplay. You can see other people on the screen with names above their heads, so you're like, cooperative, it seems almost like it's maybe an MMO or something. And it's pirates. You're on the high seas. There's swashbuckling action.
Couldn't look this up.
Ships, and then they show you
Just extreme speculation.
The new game for Rare, yes, it is an MMO, a pirate-style MMO, and that has no release date, but they're saying that you will probably see more about it next year.
Oh, great.
After all this stuff,
we're going to tell you about it at E3 this year, and we're going to tell you about it at E3 next year. Oh, my God.
Guess what the
what?
promo was for? Fable.
Okay.
Fable Legends.
Like, who wants to copy Fable?
No just a quick promo. This is what I really hated about the Microsoft conference. It's great you want to tease the games are coming out, but at least tell us something about it.
Dude, how much games did they promote at E3 for Microsoft? They didn't have all of that time. What's wrong with you?
Rebooting of the IP. What is it? No explanation. We just showed you a shit trailer that really explained nothing. Enjoy.
I couldn't look it up. Fuck it. Waste of time.
I like Fable, but I want to know what the fuck I'm playing. And right now, there's no information about it.
No information.
In my opinion, the entire next section.
No information. No information. No information. Right now, there's no information about it. E3 2015, Fable Legends isn't really a Fable game, and that's okay. That was IGN 3 hours ago, so I'm gonna let them have that. No information. It's no information about this game. No information. Okay, we got a trailer. Free to play and cross device. Remember when he heard about a game being free to play and he said, fuck it, I don't care about it? This is free to play. He doesn't know it. No information. 4 versus 1, be the hero, be the villain. Yeah, this is not a Fable game. But yeah, no information. No information. No information. All of this isn't information. This stuff, this is not information. It's got a beta. You can be a hero, you can be a villain. You can fulfill a hero's destiny, apparently. Or you can create a villain's empire. You can experience an all new, whatever that word is, Alton. I don't fucking know. I never played Fable. No information. No information. No DSP. It is information. You just didn't bother to fucking Google it for 2 freaking seconds. Let's continue.
What I think about this whole VR thing, the Oculus Rift.
Oh, this is good.
Morpheus, all this bullshit with VR. I think it's a fad. I think that there'll be a few games to implement it. It's too expensive to become mainstream adopt.
Now, I'm gonna be an asshole and call this out. Now, personally, I don't support all of this extra shit. You know, when it comes to me playing video games, I just want to hold something in my hand and play a fucking game. But he's calling VR a fad. He calls amiibos a fad. He calls little trinkets and shit a fad. And little trinkets and shit have been around how long? How was that a fad? Anyway, he called Minecraft a fad about 5 years ago. Yeah. Don't take his word when he calls something a fad.
Bad economy worldwide. No, you can't expect people to drop hundreds of dollars.
Bad economy worldwide.
And I really don't think that they're ever going to catch on. But Xbox One, oh, it's going to work with VR gaming. And they make this big announcement that, first of all, Microsoft has partnered with, of all things, they have partnered with the Oculus Rift. And every Oculus Rift that you buy...
Oh man, I'm not even gonna say what I want to say.
Xbox One controller with it, so all Oculus games will be controlled with the Xbox One controller. And I started scratching my beard like this. And I'm thinking, I'm like,
horrible beard.
Wait a minute. I go back to my notes, a page. I'm like,
I like this part.
At the beginning of the conference, Microsoft basically said that their Xbox One controller is a piece of shit. A
No,
piece of shit,
no,
and
no,
therefore they're
no.
releasing a
They
new
didn't
one
say
called
that.
the Xbox Elite controller for $150. That's smaller, and it's like this.
Remember, didn't they have an Xbox 360 Elite console? Them releasing that wasn't them saying the original one is a piece of shit. That's them saying if you got extra money and you want a nicer version of something that we already got with some extra features, then you get the Elite version. That's Microsoft has always been doing that shit, dude.
So then, an hour later, as if we're not going to remember, they say, oh, forget about that. We're going to give you the original Xbox One controller with Oculus Rift. It's like, maybe you should have done it the other order, you assholes. But they did it in the order, so they're like, here's a better controller, but you don't get that.
Oh, man.
Piece of shit that we admit is a piece of shit. It's what a joke. And it's like they're almost unloading old.
Why does he think the Xbox One controller is a piece of shit? It's not like he said, the PlayStation 4 controller is a piece of shit, if anything. His fell apart. Mine fell apart. Tons of people, PS4 controllers fell apart. I never seen anybody say the Xbox One controller fell apart. And that console been out just as long as the PS4. By I can't even explain it. It came out a week after the PS4. Just as old in my opinion. But if anything, the PS4 controller is a piece of shit. The fucking rubber fades away into oblivion. I never heard about anybody having problems with the Xbox One controllers. But just because they releasing a new controller that costs more, they're a piece of shit now. Even though DSP barely even played on Xbox One. He barely plays on Xbox One. If the controller is a piece of shit, he doesn't even know. Because he only plays on the PS4 pretty much. Whatever, bro.
We have a million of these that no one ever bought. We'll unload
A million of them no one ever
oh
bought.
My God, so stupid. So
That's so much speculation.
HoloLens. Yes, another fucking peripheral that Xbox is trying to shove down your throat. And they're playing, of all games, Minecraft. Now, we all know this.
Here we go.
Minecraft. I talk shit about Minecraft for years. This year in particular, I played Minecraft.
Because you gotta pay for it.
Minecraft actually isn't a bad game. It's kind of a little innovative in a way that it is. Should it be the end-all and be-all of gaming that the world knows synonymous with gaming? No. Should it be the #1 video on YouTube every time you search gaming? No. But it's still a decent game. And it was interesting and a part of gaming culture history. Oh, let's do VR in Minecraft. So here we go. Oh, look, a VR room I can push with my hands. And oh, we can go inside the building. Go outside the building. Wow, I don't care. This adds nothing. It's Minecraft from a different fucking viewpoint.
Yet again, imagine if this dude worked for a website and was a journalist for any medium. For gaming, for culture, human rights, cause, music, movies, animals. Imagine if he was a journalist or a writer for anyone. Oh my God.
Why am I even want this? Like, why do I want a table? And by the way, he had a table to do this. A table in your fucking house.
Tables are rare. You have an Xbox One, you ought to be able to afford a fucking table, right?
Where you can wear glasses, these hologram glasses, and a table in your house to create
a table in your house. No one has tables in the house.
a hologram of fucking Minecraft. What the fuck are they thinking? Are you a fucking idiot? Yes, yes. If you're working on that project, you're stupid. Because we don't want any more gimmicks. We don't want any.
If you're working on this super innovative project that people have been trying to do for how long? Because, you know, the Virtual Boy, right? People have been trying to do something like this forever. If you're working on that, you're an idiot. You're stupid. All right. If you're working on something that takes, you know, skill and talent and intellect to do, you're stupid.
Any more peripherals. Every year I do E3, I see the same fucking thing, and every year, without fucking fail, it comes back to bite everyone in the ass. There's a new peripheral, there's new bullshit. They just got rid of the Kinect, and now they're gonna try
fucking
to shove
Microsoft
holograms down your throat.
Holograms.
Fuck you!
Princess Leia
you
flying out of the
idiots.
console.
God damn, they're fucking stupid. My God, they're stupid. All right. So after that horrendous abortion of a presentation, then they finally went
Wow.
on to announce there will be God of War Ultimate Edition coming out, which I guess
This is
like
great.
God of War
He said God of War twice. I can't wait for God of War on the Xbox One. That's like true God of War right there. Fuck that. That's what I want to play. Fuck the PS3. I want to play God of War on the Xbox One. This is what happens when you try to report on something and you watch it one time and you take notes while you're watching it that one time. If you would have watched it twice, he would have saw his notes and said, what the fuck? God of War? No. Gears of War. Not God. Gears. God of War. Gears of War. Very similar titles. Very different games on very different consoles. God of War is never going to be on an Xbox One. He just said he wasn't paying attention. He said he wasn't paying attention. Why would you watch this and take it seriously? For realsies. I'm glad it's almost over with.
Which everyone kind of knew was coming. We just didn't know it would be at this E3. They announced immediately it would be coming out holiday of 2016. And
so they get to talk about it at next E3. Great.
You know what it was? It was very reminiscent to me. If you remember in Gears of War 3, there was this segment of the game. Was it Gears of War 3?
He don't know.
Gears of War 2. Hold on a sec.
Take a sip. Let me check if Bandicam still record. Oh my god, an hour. Oh no. That's way too long. This should not have been an hour long. I gotta make my other one shorter than that. That is horrible.
That's almost kind of what this felt like, although there were some other elements in it. But basically, it was like, 5-7 minutes of gameplay, and it wasn't typical Gears of War gameplay. It was more like the cinematic trailer. You know what I mean? Everything was staged, and it's like I wish they would have just shown some combat of the real game, but they didn't. They just had to show this instead. And it's like, am I interested in a new Gears of War? Yeah, I'm absolutely interested. Everyone's saying God of War. Gears of War. What are you talking about?
Reading the chat during a whatever. It's literally no point to read the chat. It's literally no point to stream this, but money. But yeah, the stream chat was saying God of War. And he still don't realize he fucked up.
I guess I said God of War.
There you go.
War, but I said God
stream
of War.
chat to the rescue.
Now, so, keep in mind the stream chat's like 2 minutes behind what I'm saying.
2 minutes?
God of War by accident, and people were saying no, it was Gears of War. Yeah, it was Gears of War.
Should have stayed on Twitch.
But anyway, yeah, Gears of War 4, and I'll be honest, the graphics look good. I want more. That was not enough for me to say, wow, I'm blown away, because it was nothing. It was a teaser. It wasn't sufficient to say, wow, this game looks good or bad.
90% of E3 is teasers, dude.
Real gameplay of the game with actual combat and stuff. Instead, they decided to give us fluff for E3 this year. So I will look forward.
Well, this video is kind of fluff, so.
About Gears of War 4 as we get closer to it, but it's holiday 2016, so we're talking over a year.
Oh my god, get it over with, dude. Get it over. End it.
Halo 5 that really didn't look too great.
Oh, great. A recap of a recap.
I would say a few good things. Record looked good. Backwards compatibility looked good. A joke of a new controller of $150 that no one should fucking buy. EA access that no one cares about, right?
That no one cares about.
Snippets and teasers and trailers like Dark Souls 3
no one.
And Tacoma and Ashen and Beyond Eyes. Not enough to really judge what the games are. A few good things here.
Beyond Eyes?
Pretty good. A few things here and there. The Rare collection is a good announcement. But it's kind of, for me, you get to the end of this E3 press conference, you're like, I'd say Microsoft had a mixed bag this year. Some things good, some things not so good, some things, it's too hard to tell because they didn't give us enough information. The guy comes
Hiccups
out
are not good.
Well,
I like this.
I'd like to thank you for paying attention to the best line of Microsoft games we've ever presented ever. And I'm like, do they really have to say that shit at the end of the press? It's the best year ever. It's so cliche every year. This year's the best year ever. Oh my god,
DSP, shut the fuck up.
Kinect and PS Move down your throats. That was the best year ever. But then remember?
Of course you have to say this year is the best year ever. Does he expect the dude to come out and say, well, yeah, this year was alright, but man, the year we announced Halo 2, that was the best E3 ever. Of course you have to say the fucking current year is the best year ever. It's just like with some people that have nostalgia out the fucking ass. Everything that happened is better than everything going on. Of course you gotta say this year is the best year ever. That's how it works. That's what you do. It's building hype. That's what E3 is. It's like, it's just, this is just being mad about this is being upset about the dumbest thing.
That was the best year ever. Don't say that shit. It's so cliche. It's so bullshit. We know you're gonna say it's bullshit. We know you might think it's the best year ever. It's
They
not
don't.
the best year ever. I could probably tell you 3 other years Microsoft had better press conferences. This
I
was
wish
not
you
the best
would.
year
You probably
ever.
don't
So
remember
stop
any
saying
of
that
them.
fucking bullshit. Okay. And that was pretty much it for the Microsoft press conference. That was the one.
Now, yet again, we can bring it back to him. How many times have DSP said, this might be my best playthrough ever, this is one of my best playthroughs ever, or this is going to be a great hate live, or this is going to be a great blah, 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 blah. He does that shit too. But no, it's wrong when everybody else do it.
The day, as I said, if you want further elaboration on
Thank God it's over.
Like I said, Garden Warfare 2.
You know what? Shut up, DSP. I gotta make the other videos way shorter than an hour. Oh my God.